All right, we're in section 8.3, testing a proportion, P. That's the proportion of successes out of the total number or total sample size. Step number one, establish the null and alternate hypothesis. The null hypothesis, P equals some value K. The alternate hypothesis, H sub 1, is that P is either less than, greater than, or non-equal to K, or not equal to K. Determine the level of significance. Again, that's going to be given to you in the problem that we do, or problems that we do. On the TI 83 or 84 calculator, we're going to be going to stat, test, and then option 5, which is a one proportion z-test. Then we'll compare the p-value to the alpha value. If the p-value is less than or equal to alpha, we reject the null hypothesis H sub 0 in favor of the alternative hypothesis, which is H sub 1. Otherwise, if the p-value is greater than alpha, we do not reject the null hypothesis. Look over any examples that you need to in the book, guided exercises, etc. Page 422 is where the exercises start. And take a look at problems 13 and 15. And what we're going to do, I picked something right in the middle. We're going to take a look at problem number 14 on the graphing calculator. Sociology example. Crime rate, is the national crime rate really going down? Some sociologists say yes. They say that the reason for the decline in crime rates in the 1980s and 90s is demographics. It seems the population is aging and older people commit fewer crimes. According to the FBI and the Justice Department, 70% of all arrests are males of age 15 to 34 years. Suppose you're a sociologist in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and a random sample of police files show that of 32 arrests last month, 24 were of males aged 15 to 34 years. Use an alpha equals 1%, right? 0.01 level of significance to test the claim that the population proportion of such arrests in Rock Springs is different either way. So it's two-tail from 70% or 0.7 is how we're going to type it in. So we're to the calculator. So we're going to go to stat. We're going to go to test. We're down here for number 5, the one proportion z-test. I'm just going to click 5. I've already entered data here. So P under the null hypothesis is that it equals 70%, right? The p-value, or the p, not the p-value, the null hypothesis is that it equals 0.7. Now, in your textbook, there were a total of 32 arrests. 24 were of males of this age, 15 to 34 years. So your p-value under the null hypothesis is that it equals 0.7. Now, 24 males, that's going to be the X. The number of considered successes, 24 under the total sample size N, which was 32. We're doing a two-tail test, so we have not equal to P sub 0. We'll arrow down to calculate. We'll press enter. And we get a very big p-value here, right? So that's greater, the p-value, than alpha, which is 0.01. So at the 1% level of significance, or I should say we fail to reject the null hypothesis, is what I should say at this point, which means the interpretation of that is like at the 1% level of significance, or at alpha equals 1% level of significance, we cannot say that the population proportion of arrest of males age 15 to 34 in Rock Springs is different from 70%.